Okay, Eric, you got co-host.
All right. Hey guys, we're gonna about 2 minutes. About 2 minutes, we're gonna start up. About 2 minutes. Appreciate you guys getting on. All right, I know I had a couple of people just join. About 2 minutes, guys. We're gonna start up. About 2 more minutes, we're gonna start up. All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Appreciate you guys getting on. Today, we just wanted to do a weekly outlook and just kind of review on charting because my thing is, I think for guys to really take advantage of the EA, you have to really understand trading. You know what I mean? Not just come over and put some inputs in and just sit back and expect to make some money. You want to be able to, gain knowledge and up your skill set so you can take full advantage of it. So we will be offering doing advanced trainings like today, and answer any questions that you guys may have as far as trading period. I don't know how long you guys been trading. So we're gonna just break it down, but any questions out of the gate before I start? Any questions? Well, can everybody hear me? First of all, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
All right, let's go.
I didn't realize we took ourselves off mute, man. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, no problem. Appreciate it, guys. All right, first of all, I just want to go over just what the 13 and 21 does. That's what we're trading, guys. And basically what it's saying is that's the strategy that's in the EA, and of course you have stop loss, take profit, things of that nature that you put in. But just basically all it's doing is saying, okay, when this 13, which is a red, crosses the blue, it gets you in the trade. And you guys can see, and we back test. I back tested when I first got it, probably 6 months on 30 or 40 pairs. And it's pretty good. I mean, and that's why I love it. You just got to know how to take advantage. One thing I want you guys to really understand is when, you'll get, and Kurt has the trim filter and things of that nature. When it gets here, if you got the trim filter, flat filter on, it will not put you in trades. But just to let you guys, my thought process, because I'm more of an advanced type of trader, I've been trading for a while. I don't really care if I lose in those. I'm gonna just be honest, because I'm more about numbers, and I want you guys to make sure, and I want you guys to write this down, because I think a lot of people, and you guys will get there, the ones that just started, You guys have the basic set package, and that's just to get you guys started. As you see how the EA works and get familiar and get on this training, then you'll start scaling up and understanding, and I think you'll be able to take more advantage of it. But just to let you know how I think on the EA. So right now, I don't really get into, okay, if I lose trades right in here. You see how it crossed up, crossed down, because it's like this. Okay, those crosses there, because if you got the MA cross, that means like, okay, when if you got the MA cross going and you have the exit MA cross, so basically what I'm saying is, okay, when it crossed here, is getting me in the trade. It depends on your pick. You probably would have won this, of course, but just say I have a 50 pip take profit, which half the time I do 150 pips. All right, I wouldn't have won this trade, right? So basically would have came back and took me out somewhere in here. So between here and here, I probably would have lost 10 pips. I'm just trying to give you guys some numbers. All right, same thing over here. It crossed and came back, probably would have lost 10 pips over here. So I'm just throwing out some numbers. Just say I would have lost $50 between those two trades because it was in consolidation. What happened? The last trade, boom, it went 100 pips. So you see, I don't really care about the minor losses because I know when I win, I'm gonna win big. And I want you guys to make sure you write this down. I don't care who teaching you, where you are in the world, or whatever. Minimize your risk, maximize your profits. That's the name of this game. Minimize your risk, maximize your profit. Once you master that and you understand that, you're going to be a profitable, successful trader. Period. That's the name of the game. A lot of people don't understand that. All they want to do is win, but they don't understand what's behind the game. All right. So I just want to give you all guys a basic understanding of how the EA works and why you can take advantage of, just like right here. If this would have been, this cross would have been in the sale. If you're getting more pips, and like right now, I just want to say, right now, we're not giving you guys, and let me repeat, we're not giving you guys set files for 50 to 100 pips. Why? Because we want you guys to get in and understand how it works before we start. You got to crawl before you walk. If we start telling you to go for 50 pips, 100 pips, and you can't even get, like Kurt like to say, you ain't never got 7 to 10 pip consistently. You know what I mean? It's like we're setting you up for failure. So basically, yeah, your set files right now, you'll see 7 pips, 10 pips, things of that nature. We're just getting you in, and you should be on demo so you can understand how the EA works. Once you get that EA and you get familiar and you understand the inputs, you understand trailing stop, you understand how all this works, then you can start taking advantage of moves like this. When it crosses, you get in somewhere right here and you let it ride to 50 pips or 70 pips with a 30 pip trailing stop. Then you start taking more advantage of the moves themselves. But this system works. I mean, the cross works. I mean, period. And we have a couple of other strategies that right now it's the 1321. You have the 13. All right, now I even go over this. We know we have the 13200. You haven't gotten there yet. The 13200 is even more powerful. It's just as powerful, but it's more pips. As you guys can see, just these two moves here. The 13 crossed the 200. Look at this. You guys see it from here. It crossed here. You would have been in here. Just that move alone. But you're not there yet. That's 75 pip move. Over here, it crossed right in here. You can do the math. And you can check any pair on this. Majority of the time, that's 90 pip moves. You're not there yet, so we're not going to give you all that yet. We want you guys to come in and get familiar with the EA, and then we're going to start doing more classes like this. And the reason why we're doing this class also, that was just a basic understanding of the EA. Now, I want someone to, how many people, put a 1 in the chat if you've been basically if you make money trading and you know how to mark up charts or do chart top-down analysis. Put a 1 in the chat if you know how to do top-down analysis on charts. You know how to, you have a trade plan and you know how to trade basically. All right. Good. We got like 18 people. We only have about 3 or 4 of those, which is pretty good because most of the time people don't, you will be shocked. Hold up. Let me see who this is. Hey, sir, thanks for explaining. Sorry, can't speak on Zoom. Big move, 100% before. Let me just answer this question, because if you guys have any questions, that's why we're here. This is why we're here. Listen, EMA was just up to a bit. No, it does not. No, it does not. Once your take profit hits, guys, like I said, we just don't giving you the basic stuff. So if you have a take profit set up on 10 pips, that's it. You're done. And why not? It doesn't put you in another trade until it crosses again somewhere down the road, or comes back across. And if that was a buy, it may put you in a sell, come back the other way eventually. No,
Eric,
it does not. Question.
Eric, can I say one quick thing? On that note right there, he will teach you later.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that.
The software does have a setting that if it hits 10 pips and the settings are still, the market is still this right corrections, it will actually put you back in the trade again. But we're not doing that. We want you to get 10 pips and be done. But there is a setting on the EA that will actually open up another trade right then. As soon as you hit 10 pips, it's opening another and another and another until the market conditions are no longer met on that candle. But we're not doing that yet. So we do have the ability, but we're just going to get 10 right now.
Yeah. And like I said, it's mainly set up just for you guys to get familiar with trading. I mean, understand the EA. All right. The reason why I was, when I first saw the EA and I was able to take full advantage of it, because I understand how the market moves, guys. All right. Anybody who knows who moves the market? Anybody? Can somebody answer that question? Who moves the market?
Big banks and algo.
Who's that?
The big banks and the algorithm.
Well, that too, but we're part of it. Would you agree? Do you think we help move the market too? Yeah. So I mean, you're right. They move the market, but we help move the market. And the people, the banks are human beings too, right? So with that said, the reason the market, let me just say this. I want you guys to write this down too. I want you guys to write this down. For the ones who doesn't know it, if you know it, you fine. All we're doing when you're trading is using history to predict the future. Let me repeat. All we're doing when we're looking for trades is using history to predict the future. Do you understand why? Anybody? That's the name of the game. And we're going to break it down because we move the market. The market, all it does repeats itself, guys. And all we do, and I know people like, well, support resistance, all that. Let me tell you something. Breaking retest, I've been trading, April will be 6 years. That's all I ever traded. And I make plenty of money. And I'm going to break down these charts, guys, just to show you guys some good examples of breaking retest, trends, and basically all it is the trend, guys. Just like right here, this is on the daily. I go to the higher time frame. We break it down. You guys can see how price has what? We're just going to break it down. We see how price has bounced off the trend line. It didn't come all the way. It came here. What? The market's what? It's repeating itself, guys. And we can't make this up. And I challenge anybody. I tell anybody, it's 1, 2. It takes 2 to validate a zone. It takes 2 rejections to validate a trend line. It takes 2 rejections to validate support. It takes 2 to validate resistance. So like right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You wouldn't have got in on these 2 rejections here, but you could have got a buy entry here. You could have got a buy entry here. And guess what? A buy entry setting up here. And I'm not saying these are not 100% moves, guaranteed moves, but I can tell you this, over time, I would say you'll probably win 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10 trades. And if you got your risk reward correctly, right, you good. Did anybody have a question? Thank you, Kurt. Chris said, "God." So this is what we trade. When I trade manually, guys, this is what I do. All I'm doing is looking for trends that I'm taking advantage of. And once you find trends, and this is the key, if you got an uptrend, and I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is the secret, guys, don't tell nobody. I don't want you guys to tell this secret, but we overthink everything. But this is a secret. If you go to the daily and it's in an uptrend, and you go to the 4 hour, it's in an uptrend, you go to the 1 hour, it's uptrend, all you're doing is looking for buy entries. That's the secret. I'm trying to tell you. That is the secret. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed how we miss trades because we're looking at everything else except what's in front of it. And anybody's been on my training, once you believe in what you're seeing right in front of you, it's going to change the game. And I'm going to go through some more trends. I mean, more examples. All right. And I'm going to give you this example right here, guys. This is where trading changed it. I mean, when I started understanding this, it changed the game for me. All right. I'm going to just use this for that. This is on the 4 hour. And of course, everybody know the higher time frame, the stronger the trend. Everybody agree? The higher the time frame, the stronger the trend. This is where, you know what? I'm going to go to the 1 hour because it's easy to do it on the 1 hour. Let me show the 1 hour. All right. This is what I want you guys to start doing sometime. This is all over the place, so that's not a good one. Let me find, but usually we find some good ones. All right, like right here, 1 hour. So basically, going all the way back to the 30th, December 30th, price has been in what type of trend, guys?
Downtrend.
Somebody? What's that?
Downtrend.
Downtrend. It's been in a downtrend. How do we know it's been a downtrend? Anytime, create what? Lower lows, lower highs. Lower lows, lower highs. All right, now I'm gonna measure from the top. Look at that. That's 240 pips. This is what changed my game. You can pretty much right now go to TradingView, you can go to MT4, MT5, whatever you're using. And probably out of 30 pairs, you'll find where on the 1 hour, just the 1 hour, because the 1 hour is a good trend. But you'll probably find where price starts at the top left corner and comes down to the bottom right corner, where price starts at the bottom left corner and goes up to the top right corner. And if you measure the pips, usually they're 200, 300, 400 pips. Now I want you to ask your question, ask yourself this. Now, why did I didn't make any money in this? Think about it. This trend started December 30th. This is basically about a 2 to 3 week trend going down. What I call it, the market is showing you its hand, but we looking at everything else. Now I'm gonna break it down and tell you how we could have took advantage of that. When you go to the 4 hour, because it was over here, all you're doing is looking for support resistance zones. That's it. You go to the higher time frame, you mark out support resistance zones. That's the name of the game. Support resistance zones anywhere where you got rejections in the market. That's support resistance on it. And you see how price bounces off that. All you do, then you step down to the 1 hour and then you get in where you fit in, right? So break and retest. The market broke this zone here. You wait for what? The retest to that broke the support, came back. It showed you his hand. It gave you rejections right here. You could have got in for a sale, right? So now you're in this sale, you make a decision on how much you want to eat, right? This broke all the way down here. All right. So now let's measure that. That was potential 186 pips. Now hold up. Let me back up because I know I might be losing somebody. Put a 5 in the chat if this makes sense. Put a 9 in the chat if you don't believe me. Put a 5 in the chat if this makes sense. Put a 9 in the chat if you don't believe. This is all trading, guys. Get off all this hype, what everybody else trying to teach you, because all it does, I'm telling you, it clouds your judgment and your mindset. Keep it simple. So guess what? Price came down, bounce. We would have been waiting for, you could have had an alert. You could have had anything here waiting for price to sit here. Once you get your rejections, now let me just go a little bit into it. When you waiting for confirmations, let me give you a couple confirmations. Confirmation could be an engulfing bearish candle right here. It could be a couple wicks. It could be as long as it's where? In your zone, in your resistance zone. So you guys see how price broke the support, came back to resistance and sat there. These are 1 hour candles. So you getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 7 hours price failed to break that. That's confirmation saying what? I think my resistance is holding and price is ready to continue down here. So really, I would have been, and so really when you see that break, I was looking for something like this, wait for it to get there, and come back here, but it didn't, right? What did it do? It broke the next zone, came all the way down and came right back to this zone and did what, guys? Gave you rejection, gave you a head and shoulder. Do I need to keep talking? Gave you a head and shoulder and then continue down to 50 spins. Is this making sense, guys? Somebody unmute themselves. Tell me, talk to me.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. I guess for me, I know what my whole thing is, having that patience, man, because you see a candle around the zone 4, 5, 6 hours, you're like, man, it's never gonna hit. And you wake up the next morning, it doesn't drop 200 pips.
But what you have to do is, and on that, and we all had it. Let me just make sure you guys understand where my journey. Yeah, I sound like I know everything now, but trust me, the only difference between you and I is time. So, bro, I've been there. Patience, done it all, taking too many trades, over trading, everything. And one thing that I will say, but you have to some kind of way force yourself to, whatever you got to do to not control. Like at one time, man, I took my laptop, I took it out of my office. I took MT4. I told Kurt this. I took MetaTrader 4 off my phone so I wouldn't look at it. Trust me, everything that you guys are going through, I've been there. The only thing is you just can't give up if you want this skill set.
One thing about it, the market transfers money from the impatient to the patient.
Yeah, but you gotta fight through that. So basically, what I'm trying to say, everybody's go through the same journey. It's just some comes out sooner, some it takes a little longer. But I can tell you this: as long as you don't give up, you will get it. As long as you don't give up, you will get it. But one thing I will say to help you on that is when you draw. Who was that speaking? I just want to make sure. Who was that speaking? That said
it was me, Maurice Haywood.
What I would say to help you when price gets your zone, sometimes just pull it in. Hold on. Did you say you would take the trade or not take the trade?
Oh, I wouldn't take the trade.
You wouldn't take the trade. Trust it. You got to start taking. That's what I thought you said. Start taking the trade, just like right here. This right here. Let me tell y'all. That's easy money. Did anybody see easy money right here? Does anybody see this? When this was in an uptrend, did anybody see easy money right here? Somebody talk to me.
Yeah.
Does anybody understand why I call that easy money?
Because you got that and you got that big rejection, you got an engulfing pattern on that resistance area. Support area.
Yeah, well, this is down here at the bottom. Okay. I'm with you on that. You got this down here. So you had a good entry at the bottom. You're right. That's support. And that's another thing, guys. Again, I wasn't even talking about that, Murray, but I'm glad you pointed that out. So I was gonna go, but this right here is common sense too. They're right here. Look at all this support. This is the daily, guys. This is rejection. 1, 2. It takes 2 to validate it, but you have 4 rejections. And then I want you to think about it. Now this is rejected once. Hold up. Let's do this. This is rejected once, rejected twice, rejected all the way here, rejected here. Hold on. I'm sorry. Price is right back here. What are you waiting on? Christmas? Make sense? All we're going to do is step down. Now I'm going to step down. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is the other thing too. This will help you also, Maurice, and anybody that's up here. When you see price consolidate in a zone, that's another confirmation. And you can test this. I don't make it. This is one thing I want you guys, you'll know from me. When I'm teaching something, there's nothing I'm gonna bring up that you can't go back to TradingView or the charts and find it. Trust me. I only trade what I see. I don't trade what I think. I trade what I see. So right now, anytime if you go back and practice your support resistance and you circle like right here, I'm gonna go, you see this circle right here? I'm gonna go to the 1 hour or the 15 minute, because I use the enter on the 15 minute, and I guarantee you what I'm gonna see. A lot of the time, sometimes it depends on how fast price moves. But I guarantee you in this circle right here, I'm gonna see a double bottom, that some people call it M and W, and I'm gonna see consolidation. Because consolidation, what's the definition of consolidation arranging in the market? Somebody, please. Somebody besides Kurt. What is consolidation arranging in the market? What is that telling you?
Just building up money, right?
That way, that's part of it, but what else? Anybody else? Indecision. Indecision. The market don't really know what it's doing, want to do. And when you see that in your support, it's giving you confirmation, it may be ready to turn around. Make sense? So now I'm going to go to the 1 hour. And like I said, what did I say I was going to see? Double bottom, consolidation, MWs, whatever you need, engulfing candles, some, you got 4 or 5 different things you can use for confirmation. Let's go to it. I got to go back to that circle. It's the first white circle, right? And test these guys. Just don't listen. I tell people all the time, just don't listen to what I'm saying. Go test this. Seeing is believing, because you have to build your confidence up in this. What I tell you, this is the circle. Let me get it out of the way so we can see now. This would have been the entry for that buy that Maurice pointed out. You see this? What happened? Price came down, got an engulfing candle. Pushed down one more time, came back up. And then what did I tell you was going to probably give you two? And I didn't even bring this up. So you see how many confirmations you can have? Let's bring this up. What else you guys see? Gave you what? Head and shoulder, engulfing in a zone. Once it gave you that rejection in the zone, let's go. What the market did? Boom.
Took off.
Went up. Make sense? That's the name of the game, guys. That's why people that trade, when they say seasoned traders, we're able to take advantage of the EA, because I understand how the market moves. So I understand. And then look over here. Now I went to the 1 hour. Before it shot up over here on the 1 hour, what did it do? What did I say it was going to probably end up doing? It gave you all the bottom, triple, quadruple bottoms, everything. And what did the market do? Go what? Sideways. At the what? Support. And then it shot up. Consolidations, M's and W's, double bottoms at a zone. It has to be at a zone. It has to be at a resistance zone. It has to be at a trend line. It has to be at a support zone. If you get those type of reactions at those areas, look to go in what you're looking for. If it's at support, look for the buy. If it's at resistance, look for the sell. If it's at the trend line, you can go vice versa, of course. Does this make sense? Put a 4 in the chat if you guys learning something right now. Put a 4 in the chat if you guys learn. I want to make sure I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help somebody. Really, I'm trying to waste some time. Go ahead.
Where would you have entered that trade in the example you just gave? When you went to the 15,
for the
where
15,
would have been your entry?
Hold up. My entry, hold up. I don't like guessing. So let me, I'm one of those, I like to be kind of precise. I'm gonna mark this right here. All right, now I'm gonna go back to the 15 minute and find that circle, and I'll tell you. See, to me, and I like that question. Basically, the more you see it, and Maurice, this is for you, it'll build your confidence in taking it early or waiting for the rejection. So basically, right here is the area. So say right here. So basically, it's right in here somewhere. So I might have took it here and would have been in consolidation and had to wait. It just depends. If I saw this trade, you know what? I would have waited for this move here. I'm just sitting here now because this is gradually still coming out, right? So if this is in my, let me see. I just noticed price is still coming out right here. So this was my support. So I gotta wait for a rejection. So right now, when this was coming down, it hasn't given me a rejection, right? So then when it pushed up, then that gave me a confirmation like, okay, I think my resistance is rejecting my support. So what I will do, what do we always do? And I want to tell everybody, and I hope you guys write this down, the golden rule. You should always enter a trade on a what? Can somebody help me?
Retrace, pullback.
Who's that?
Retest, break and retest.
There you go. So with that, who asked that question, Miss? You asked it with my entry.
Sybil.
So right now, when that was coming down, I wouldn't have got in the trade. I was waited for some type of rejection. So once I got my rejection, because that's the rejection here, all I'm doing now is waiting for my retest. So when it came back here, I probably would have got in right in here. Right here.
Thank you.
No problem. Good question though. Good question. And I'm gonna tell you guys, this happens over, and I can't emphasize enough. The market repeats itself over and over. So a lot of you guys that kind of unsure about entries and stuff, if you get on these charts, what's gonna happen is, Maurice or Sybil, when you see it, be like, okay, I've seen that before. I've seen that. I've seen this. I've been at this party before. Make sense? And it's gonna build your confidence. And you'll be able to go ahead.
On that particular one right there where you said you enter it. And this is what I look for also. If you missed it, in case you missed that entry right there, some people say they missed that entry. Okay, well, the mark that's 2 times it's been there. If you just enter anywhere in there after you've missed that one and it goes up those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 or 9 bullish candles right there, that first one to start to come back down. If you wait for it to come back down, that's another entry. That's another entry when it came back. And you never know how long it could do that 8 or 9 or 10 times. Yeah. But the more it does it on that support, it's eventually gonna go. Just that's where the patience comes in. You can enter in right there where he said enter, and it came back to support once, twice, 3 times before it decided to make its move. It's all about patience. It's about patience.
Because on top of that, you're right. If you pay attention, so basically say right here, I enter this trade. Then 3 hours go by, I come back and look at it, and then I see price still playing around here. Then I see the engulfing candle. You know what? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put me another entry in because it's really showing its hand now.
Yes, sir.
So Sybil, Maurice, and anybody up here, you can also, and let me give you all the 4 or 5 different things you can look for. And I'm not saying, and to really be conservative, you can say, okay, until I build my confidence, I only going to take the entry when I get an engulfing candle at a resistance, and I'm gonna use this at a support. Now I'm not gonna, but it's any zone. I'm only gonna take it if I get an engulfing candle. I'm only gonna take this buy if I get a double bottom. I'm only gonna take this if I get consolidation. But if you can say, well, I want all 3 of them before I take it, that's up to you. But until you build your confidence, because there's some I don't need that. I may have just waited for this to come and retest, and then I got in. You, Sybil, you may be like, you know what? I wanted to dance a little more for me. I'm not ready for it. And then you get in over here. But the key is what? We both won. Make sense? There ain't no perfect entry. As long as we looking at the what? The exact same direction. Let me say that. There's no perfect entry as long as we looking at the same direction. And that is when I knew I was doing pretty good, because when I became a better trader, when I knew I was becoming a better trader, because when I started, calling trades and marking charts, and I'm, and some of the better traders I respected, they had buys. I'm looking at GJ for a buy. Oh, they got it for a buy. I got USD CAD for a sale. They looking for a sale. I got pound USD for a buy. That's when you know. Because one thing that I noted, all of it the same. I very seldom have a buy or sell, and then another trader that I think just as good as I am is opposite. That's one thing I noticed. Usually 90% of the traders, if you understand what you're doing, is going in the same direction. I very seldom have saying I'm gonna buy here and then somebody else out of the blue say I'm selling. That's a good trader. I'm just being honest.
They're doing top down.
Yeah, usually it's the same. Is we going in the same direction because we looking at the exact same thing. All right. So getting back to the easy money trade. Anytime you see trades like this is when I mean easy money, I mean when you start seeing price breaks start going up in a trend. Let me just say, easy money is trend money. When they say the trend is your friend, you just have to get in where you fit in now. You got to understand how to break it down. All right, this is going up. All right, so just I'm gonna just break this up and just show you where you could have got in. Support resistance is, let me tell you, that was a zone. That's a zone. Does everybody understand support resistance? Does everybody understand it?
Yep.
All right. It's some money. All these people out here talking about it don't work. All right. So right here, I just marked support resistance. Now I'm gonna break it down. All you do once you get this, even though we should have been in, I'm not saying this is after the fact, but when you understand this, we could have been in this trade here. We could have been in here. We could have been in here. Now it may start retracing, but I just want to show you how you could have got in when it started creating higher highs, higher lows. All right, let's go to 4 hour. Once you get your zone, we go to 4 hour. All we looking for prices to go up. Now you see, and I showed you guys, and every pair does this, guys. Every pair does this. When it's in a trend, it shows you his hand. Okay, right here could have been a what? Entry. Right here, when it breaks its zone, could have been a what? Entry. Are you guys seeing this? Right here could have been an entry. Makes sense? Every time it breaks its own, it's going to come back and reach it. All you looking for rejection. And look over here. What is it doing now? Entry.
Okay, Eric, why was the top one an entry?
What you mean? I don't use it because that's counter trend. You can do it.
I want you to let everybody know that it failed to break the top.
Yeah. Now don't get me wrong. Now let me say this. There's a lot of people trade tops and bottom because let me go to the daily. It is a resistance zone. Look at it. It is a resistance zone. Usually, sometimes I'll take those type of trades, but usually I'm gonna stick with the trend. But do I trade tops just like right here? This is a good example right here. This was a bottom, right? This is a top. So you really going, this was coming, look, hey, before it started coming around, what was it doing? Coming down. So this buy is a counter trend trade. But you were making your decisions on what? Past history. Every time it came down here, it went up. So right here, you could have obviously, this is a good sale. But I wasn't looking for the sale. I was just sticking for the buy. This was a good sale right there, right here. And if I'm not mistaken, when I go back to the 1 hour, what was price doing, Sybil? When I go to the 1 hour, what was price doing before it sold? Maurice, who saw that?
Going up.
Yeah, but when it got here, what price started doing? What we say we want before, if we looking for a sale, what we want to see price do?
Rejecting.
And do what? And go where? Which way? Left or right? Sideways, right?
Yes, sideways consolidation.
There you go. So when I go up in here and see this white circle right here, let me get this box out of the way. When I go up to this white circle to the 1 hour, price went sideways. That's what it does. What I tell you? What did price do before it sold? Boom. It went sideways. And then this drop here, look at this. That's 180 pips. But price went sideways at a what? Zone. Resistance zone. Look at that on the 4 hour. Resistance zone. It's showing you his hand, guys. The market is saying, you know what? I'm in a resistance zone. I'm failing to break this. So you know what? I'm going sideways and I don't know really what I want to do. But right now, it's rejected. Boom, came down. Does this make sense?
Fair.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you focus on a number of pairs, or you just kind of scan the full market?
I trade. This is what I tell people. These are my pairs over here. I'm gonna tell you guys my plan. What I do before the market open, like right now, and I'll probably do it again. But my Cowboys playing at 4:30, so I might be a little late today.
Oh yeah.
But basically, what I do is I sit over here, and you know, and if you're not good at marking charts, don't feel bad. You're gonna get there. It probably takes me a good minute to look at a pair. But basically, all I do is I go here. I go through odd USD. I go to the daily breakdown. If I see a trade like right now, I will say pound JPY is a good potential buy right here if I get a retracement. So what I do is I mark it red. So now it's on my red folder. So this is my hot list. But I trade, but getting back to what you're saying, I trade any pair. If it's a setup, I trade. Let me say this. I trade setups.
Got you.
let me put that in a short thing instead of going all the way around the world. I trade setups. And setup means if it's in a support, resistance, or going with the trend and it makes sense, I'm taking that trade.
I got you. And another thing for me,
Mm-hmm.
and this may be other traders as well, I look at 1 or 2 pairs and I try to force trades on those 1 or 2 pairs.
You limit it. No, let me say this. There's nothing wrong with that when you're learning, but it sounds like to me you're a little bit more advanced. You need to move on because now it's going to give you more opportunity if you move on to 20, 30 pairs. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to ask you this question. When you're looking at a pair, how long does it take you to make a decision if it's ready or not?
About 3 to 5 minutes. Maybe.
There you go. But you need to move on to 20 pairs then.
Yeah.
You need to move on. You know what I'm saying? You need to have at least 20 pairs. I'm not saying move on from the pair, but add to it. Make sense?
Gotcha.
That's because you're gonna have to start having more. Yeah, because you're right. It makes sense because what happened is if you only have 2 pairs, you feel like, okay, I'm missing something. I ain't trading, I ain't making no money. Right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, dog. Yeah.
No, that's why I trade any. I don't even get here because I don't want people to get it. But the only thing I really stay away from, I don't like crypto because crypto is more fundamental, news related and all that. So I do stay away from that. But like even these, I don't bring them up a lot. Like y'all, these US dollar, rand, peso, I trade everything, man. If it's a setup, I mean, hold up, look at this, man. You look at this. This is a setup. Look at this on the 4 hour. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
That's money. When I see a trend going down like that, I'm rubbing my hands. I'm like, okay.
Hold on, everybody. Now he does that, but with the forex pairs, we know the lot size and stuff. You gotta before you start putting trades in. There's going to be different settings for these ones.
First of all, this has nothing to do with the EA guy. This is just let's get that.
Yeah, right.
That's totally separate.
Yeah.
It's a sidebar question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't want to get people confused.
Yeah, go ahead. Question.
No, I was saying he was talking about this has something to do with the EA.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he just want to make it. Yeah, this is basically, and I said this at the beginning, and maybe I'll repeat this. We want to just give you insight on how the EA work, but we also feel, and we both agree, Bless and myself, you still need knowledge. You still need to understand of the skill set, so you are able to leverage the EA to its full capacity. That's really what we want. So what we're telling you now is just give you an understanding how the market moves and the trends and things of that nature. So then when you get familiar with EA, now you can apply some of that. Now, we're not saying take all these pairs and put them in your EA. That's on you if you do, but we don't recommend that. We recommend trading the set files that he's sending you and let you get familiar in demo. And as you get demo, and see, this is just one of many trades. We're gonna do a lot more advanced training just to help you guys, understand and trade it. Because I'm gonna just be honest, there's a lot of people that's trying to trade it. Nobody's really never taught them how to read a chart. I'm gonna just be real. There's people I know, man, that come to me, ask me questions, and they say they've been trading 3 years, and they don't even understand trends. They don't understand breaking retest. They don't understand how the market moves. And I wonder why, and they wonder why they haven't made any money. So what we want to do is give you guys the full advantage on everything, learning the skill and take advantage of the EA. Did this make sense? So I'm not telling you guys just to take what I'm saying and go apply it because obviously you're not ready for that yet. But I want to we want to hopefully, expand your mind with the forex skill because there's a lot of so-called educators out there that's not teaching you the real thing. Does that make sense? Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Hey, Eric, this is Antonio. I came in kind of late. If you don't mind, can you explain to me why this is a perfect setup? It may be, and you answered it already, but if you have time, can you just explain?
Right here?
Yeah.
Perfect setup is because when you see, first of all, a trend. We can't wait for it, but really when I saw that, I would have been in way up here, but we'll break it down. All right, same thing, guys. It's in a what? Downtrend. So just say price, because I don't like to do a lot of after the fact, because that's another thing. You're always good after the fact, right? I don't like that. I like to do during, but I'm gonna break it down so you can see what you could have done. So if we would have been here and you've been like, okay, let me go through and you mark support resistance. And a lot of you guys will get better on this, so don't get mad. I've been doing this for years. So I'm just marking zones in here. And all it is guys, I'm just marking, you make your candles bigger. All I'm doing is marking where candles been rejected. That's it. That's all I'm doing to locate my zone. So price been rejected in here, price been rejecting. And when I say rejecting, came and put the brakes on. So that's the zone. So all these right here are zones coming down, right? So
on the day chart, right?
On the day chart. So just say if we was up here, and I'm gonna show you where you could have got in up here. You know what I mean? And now I'm gonna show you where if price does what we think, where you can get in down here. But I just wanted to give you an example where you could have taken advantage of these good trends. Because think about it, and I know some of you guys have seen this where you see these long runs, right? And you're like, man, how did I miss that? Makes sense? Because you're not looking to get in on trends. So when you're on the daily, you see this trend start, you start breaking down your zones. I'm gonna show you how to get in. So like right now, I broke this down. So right now, when price was right here, we'll just say we would have tried to got in here right. Why? Because price came down to this zone. Well, first of all, let's do this. Came down, rejected. Just say we missed that one. All right, rejected there, broke another zone, and then price came to this zone. How many days? And the reason why I said it's a good zone, these are day candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let me repeat this. 6 days, the chart, the market show you his hand. Does this make sense? 6 days, the market said, you know what, guys? I'm trying to go up, but I'm probably gonna go down because 6 days I couldn't push up. If this making sense.
Yes, it does.
All right, so now what happens is we go down to the 4 hour, because the lower time frames, you see more detail. It's hard. So don't get mad, don't get frustrated if you mark your zones on a higher time frame and you got to adjust them a little bit on the 4 hour. This is just to give you an overall. All right. So let me get these things out of the way so we can see. All right. So now the reason why I would say this is good, because right here, what I would have been trying to get in. So let's go to 4 hour. Go to 4 hour. See it now? Now you see, look at this. It gave you, look at the rejections that it's told you what? That I can't break this resistance. So I'm probably going what? I'm probably going to keep on going down. Boom. Then it came down, it broke this zone. What did it do, guys? Came right back into support that turned into resistance, rejected again. And we may have not have taken this. I probably would have, because you only have one rejection. But if we go to 1 hour, I'm sorry. If we go to 1 hour, it's going to show more rejection. Let's go to 1 hour. It gave you a bearish candle. This is where you could have been like, okay, it came back into my resistance. It gave me a bearish candle. I think it's going to continue down.
That engulfing candle gave it away.
It gave it away. And this is where you really just go on when you start getting better at it. Some of you guys, I would have said you probably would have missed this because it didn't give you a double top. It didn't give you enough information. So don't get mad if you missed that, because you want a little bit more information to make you feel better about it. This right here, I probably would have took it because I understood that the market is breaking zones and continuing down. Make sense? So this is why I said to Tony that this was a good trade, because we could have got in here for the sale, came here, came back. If I didn't get out, put another entry right here. And now what is price doing? Right? Coming right back where? Make sense? That's all it does. The market does. How many pairs I done show you guys this? This is about the 4th or 5th pair where I done show you the market does the exact same thing, right or wrong.
Yep.
That's it. And this is the other question I get. Well, how you know it's not going to break and go up? This is the thing. I'm not afraid of losing. I'm going to sell it until I lose. Make sense? I'm going to sell it till I lose. You can't be afraid to lose, because you already know in your mind I'm going to make 10 times as much.
And I think that's the biggest problem with most people. They're afraid to take a loss, because I know I was afraid to lose because I was losing. Oh, and the only time you're afraid to lose is if you're ever afraid to lose in the market, it's because you did like I do, you over leverage.
Oh, and this is the other part. And Kurt, I seen you come a long ways in your journey too. The other thing is, too, guys, the one that's up here. You're not going to be afraid when you build confidence in what you're seeing. Make sense? When you believe in what you're seeing is happening over and over and over and over, you can't tell me. I just showed you 4 or 5 pairs. So if you do this for a month or 2 months or 3 months, and you get to a pair like this, Maurice, Silver, and I think with Antonio, when price comes here, you can be like, okay, when it get here, it show me a rejection. I'm taking it. Right or wrong? Because you done seen it over and over and over. You're going to build, the more you sit, the more confidence you're going to gain in your trade. And that's what it's all about. And this is why I tell everybody, you got to get on these charts. I love these charts. Let me say that again. I love the charts. You know why I love the chart? Because this is my money right here. This is like my playground right here, guys. When the market's closed, I get up here and play around all the time. I'm gonna be honest. I get up here and play around. And when I mean play around, break down charts. Man, I missed that trade. I could have took that trade. I'm telling you, if you want to make some money, fall in love with these charts. You want to become a millionaire? It's a 7-figure trader. Fall in love. I ain't a 7-figure trader yet. This year, my goal is close to 300,000 this year. I'll tell everybody. I'm one of those that this year, I'm gonna just be straight up. I want to take my trading to another level. I make good money and I got a little complacent. I'm gonna just be honest. My family's good. I play a lot of golf and all that. But with my skill, I should be making 10 times as much money as I'm making. Honestly.
Oh, hey, side note, man. Where you
Stay off of that golf course.
What's that?
Stay off of that golf course.
I'm in North Carolina.
Me too. I'm in Raleigh, man.
Oh yeah. I'm in Raleigh. I'm in Raleigh. I'm all around there. I play golf. You play golf?
Do I?
Who is this?
Maurice. Bro, we talk about
you with the boat tour? You play with the boat tour?
I'm not in that one. I'm with them guys out of Chapel Hill, Marlon and them group. But hey, we talk offline, man.
Yeah. I'm with all those guys. I play 4 times. When this season, we play put like this. When it's in season, we play Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are the days that we all play. Now, I'm not saying I play all 5 days, but we have tea time all 5 days with 2 different groups.
Yes, sir.
So I get it in.
I'm waiting there for you to be able to get that.
All right. So I'm gonna break down one more pair, guys, because my Cowboys about to get on. Anybody want a pair that you want me? I mean, this is another thing. Anybody want to call a pair you want me to break down? I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Anybody have a pair you're looking at?
I can just log in
Anybody?
the site and get.
All right. Since you guys don't have a pair, I'll pick a pair. One more pair. Have we looked at pound odd? Nah. Look at pound odd. See, like right here, and this is a good example. Right here, you see how price is all over the place? I'll probably stay away from it because it has to make sense to me. Make sense? It has to be in a good trend. It has to be right now. Price is kind of all over the place. I'll stay away from this trade. So that was a good one. Like right here was a good going up. Let me see, can I find a good trade? This will be a good trade right here. All right, let's look at this. This is an uptrend. I see where price, there wasn't really any good zones that we could have got in. Let's take a look at, you see how price is coming back right here now, trying to form a little support. Let's go to 4 hours, see what we got. Yep, giving us a double bottom. And I want you guys, the higher time frame is killer. And you guys see, this is a double bottom on the 4 hour, and it's already gave us a wick rejection, even though it's at the beginning of the week. So and it's been continuing. This is another thing too that I want you guys to know. When there's a good trend, of course, when it's creating higher highs, higher lows, but every time it breaks a zone, that's a good trend. That was a resistance zone. It broke. This right here was a smaller resistance zone, but it did break. It wasn't a great one, but it was a zone. So now it broke through all that, came back and retesting this resistance, turning support, and this is where I will be looking for. And half the time, guys, and I'm gonna just tell you guys, and you heard the term confluence. Confluence is when you have 2 confirmation, like a support resistance that intersects. And half the time when you have these zones, you pull a trend line and they all gonna hit. It's just that because the market repeats itself. Don't ask me why it does it. All I know, it does it. The market repeats itself all the time. Also with Fibonacci, I don't really use Fibonacci because everybody's on Fibonacci. This is probably a 38. If I pull it from right here, that probably right there is a 38 somewhere, 38 something. Let's just pull it. Let's see. And it's just me just being with the market. What'd I tell you? Do y'all believe me now? Do y'all believe me now? You understand? Because it does it over and over. And I don't even really use it because I just go with the trends, rejections, and stuff. All of it's the same thing, guys. All of it, let me say that. All this stuff is the same thing when you stick to the charts. As long as you stick to what you're seeing in the charts. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I never use, and let me just say this, I've never used anything, indicators, and Kurt can tell you, Anybody that's up here known me over 5-6 years in this game, I've never used any indicators. So for me to use an EA, I'm gonna just be straight up. I don't even really consider the EA, and I think some people get confused. They look at it like it's an indicator, like it's gonna do something. You know, the EA is a tool that basically trading what I'm seeing. That's all it is to me. It's trading what I see. That's why I believe in it. And it's taking trades when I usually miss trades. That's why I believe. I've never used any indicators. RSI. Let me tell you, when I first started getting in this game, I was just like everybody else. I had 7, 8 indicators on my chart. I couldn't even see the chart and didn't know what 3 of them did. Why? Because everybody said use them. And after about 6 months, go ahead. I'm just being honest.
Me too.
And then I'm gonna tell you guys right now, and I tell them, and I give credit where credit due. When I started getting in the trading was with IML and I'm gonna let you know how far back where I come from. IML with Christopher Terry in 2016, April. That's why it'll be 6 years coming up. With Christopher Terry, and then we used to get up. He didn't have nothing over there. We would get up and do London sessions and stuff with him calling trades. That's how I started. And I ain't know nothing. I was just as green as they come. And I'm doing all these indicators, and I call this man out because he gives me credit. He changed my life, and he changed the game, and he changed my mindset. Now, some of you guys, if you guys been around, you probably seen him. Stevenson Lindor. Never met the guy, never talked to him on the phone, never had a one-on-one or nothing. I got on his trainings, and he started breaking down these charts, and it blew my mind. And I'm as honest as I can be. He changed the game. He don't know me from Adam. I never met him anything. But when I started watching his videos and he showed me how to break these charts down and how to go with the trend and how to recognize trends and how to use history to predict the future, it blew my mind. And I've been running ever since. And I give him all the praise. He changed the game for me. So now I'm taking what I learned, and I'm just trying to hope this is helping you guys. And I hope it changed the game for you guys. So with that said, my boys get ready to play. Hey, can you guys tell me, give me some love if y'all feel it? Y'all had a good time? Y'all learned something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Eric.
Hey, no problem, man. Hopefully y'all go and pull for my Cowboys because we need it, man. We need a playoff win, man.
I don't know about that one, though. That might be stretching on that one, though.
But we'll be doing this. Like I said, we'll probably be doing this and Kirk will probably have a video in the back office. But we're going to be doing a lot more videos, guys, for advanced trading. So we want to do just want to give you guys more, and, just to help you with the EA. We want to make sure you guys have the knowledge. Imran, somebody had a question. Go ahead. What was your question? Somebody had a question.
How soon will this video be up? Because I definitely want to study it.
Kurt, depends on Kurt how fast Kurt can get it up.
I'll have it up tonight. Doing
he'll have it up. And like I said, I'll be doing this next Sunday. We'll do an outlook, and as we get down the road, we'll be doing a little bit. I'll probably be doing a little bit more during the week. But we just want to show you guys. We know we got you. Trust me. We got you. We're gonna give you the information. We're just not gonna give you the eat. Like I said, like I told Kurt and Bless, for me to be a part of this, I just believe in knowledge. I just believe in teaching this skill set. And I hope you guys can feel the passion I have. I believe in learning this skill so you can make as much money as possible, but also teaching you the right stuff, not teaching you all this fake blow up smoke and all that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't care who you are. What I'm going over you, like I said, I told you taught me, where I learned it from. You know what I'm saying? This is real. And the big thing is seeing is believing. And I hope you guys, when you're in your off time, go to TradingView and back test this and look at this, and that's going to blow your mind. And then you can be like, okay, I need to practice more and do more, get you a demo, practice on taking these trades, and it's going to change your life. With that said, guys, Kurt, do you have anything before I leave?
Well, we have a gentleman in the chat. He says he can't speak because it's past 1 a.m. He asked a question, And I'm trying to understand this question.
All right, which question? What was it?
His name is ID. It says, question, please, for FX pairs, which trend, a lot like GBP, for example, do any of the older members use the EA on daily? I'm just not understanding it.
No, basic. We don't. Just to let you know, I think he's just saying, what do you use the EA on the pound pairs? If I'm not mistaken, we don't have any pound pairs on the set file at the beginning. No. If that makes sense.
We got GCAD. We got GCAD.
GCAD. Basically, everything that we recommend out of the gate, Iman, I think that's his name. Your name, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing or her. We recommend you doing what Kurt sent out for us, the beginners package, if you want to call it that, so you can get familiar with it. You know, get familiar with how it works and all that. And then hopefully over time with this training and everything else in the videos, then you'll be able to step up and start running more pairs. You'll be able, because I will say, I'm not running just the set pairs. I'm running I'm running everything because I can. I'm not trying to be funny. I have the skill and I have the knowledge that I can take advantage of it. But we want to slow walk you. That's one thing. Again, guys, let me repeat. I don't want to set nobody up for failure. And I'm not going to tell you something that I wouldn't do. And if you're not familiar with trading, if you haven't made a dime in trading, you need to crawl right now. And we'll help you get up walking and running, but you need to crawl and be patient. And we're going to give you I promise you, we'll give you everything you need, but you got to crawl right now. Because I'm not going to sit here and I hope you guys notice, I don't sit here and be like, oh yeah, guys, you're going to make plenty of money doing this. Or you're going to be doing this. I'm focused on the skill. The money going to come. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I'm from. If you focus on this skill, I don't have to tell you about the money. The money's going to come. You understand? So I ain't got to sit here and hype it up.
And one thing I do want to say, I know everybody saw a lot of the chatter in the group over the past week. People coming in, and I look at it's negativity, but what they don't understand is, just like Erik said, and when I designed this EA, I mean, I trade, I made money, but when I designed this EA, I saw how this EA could come and just be a crutch, get me in the trades, and then let me take over. So if you get on these trainings and watch what Erik does, watch what he talks about and learns, you're gonna say, okay, the EA that just gets me in the trade. Now I'm ready to make a lot of money with it because you understand how it works now. So let the EA be the crutch, let it get you in the trade and take this advanced training and take it to the next level. We got a lot of people in the group coming in who never traded before talking about, I can't wait to use this EA so I can pass the FTMO challenge. And they don't even know how to trade. You know, that's like saying I'm becoming an NBA professional and they never played basketball before.
Yeah.
You know?
And just like me, and I've had people ask me in private messages, because again, I'm not gonna blow smoke. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, man, you can take this and pass the FTMO when I don't know your skill level. I'm just gonna say, if you haven't made any money, or you just came over here and you just only been trained 6 months to a year, you don't really get it. No, you don't need to be nowhere near the FTMO. I'm just being honest. If you want me to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna sit here just because we want to sell you an EA. No, that's my reputation. I'm not gonna tell you something that just to get you to buy something. No, I encourage everybody, and Kurt, we all believe in it.
And that's because the FTMO uses a different leverage. They use a different their spreads are like generally 1 to 2 pips below everything else. You know, so it's just a lot of factors into it. So let's use the EA to get you making. So I want everybody to make $100,000 this year based off the EA alone. Yep. Based off the now after that, Erik gonna take you to $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because if I get over 500,000, I'm going. I see y'all. I'm going to Florida. I'm playing golf every day. I'm already looking for a condo down there. Tampa real estate is hot right now. I would love to get me just a little condo down there, and that's gonna be my hot spot to play golf. Right, see, guys, you see what my head is. You see what my head is. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate you guys getting on. Appreciate it, Kurt. Yep. You guys have a good one. I hope everybody cheer for the Cowboys. I'm cheering for the Chiefs too. Whoever Chris Dodd, I think he like the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's my team, the Chiefs.
I'm pulling for Patrick too. So let's go. Let's go ahead and send Ben on the way to the house.
Send on home. Time for him to retire now. That's Pittsburgh, my team though. But it's time for Ben to go.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a good one. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Eric.
Appreciate it, Kurt. Thank you.
All right.